Well, hello and welcome everybody. I hope that you're good, and just as my phone gets a notification, we're here to talk about November's content update. And from my standpoint, we've got the Go Wild event coming up, we've got returning insane legendaries featured in raid hours, and so much more. November, unlike previous years, is actually looking stacked. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below, of course. Are you going to be chasing anything in particular? We've got brand new max battles, we've got a new concept of max battles coming. I am very excited for the month of November for the first time in years. But before we dive into that, we've actually got the very first proper event of November is the Harvest Festival event. It's looking very, very nice and sort of scenic with that picture of Miltank, Sunflora, Smoliv, and Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo, we're not going to be able to get rid of that Pokemon for this season, I'm fairly confident. The Harvest Festival event runs from November the 7th, 10 AM your local time, right through until November the 12th, 8 PM your local time. So 5-6 day event, kind of bog standard. Sort of a lead on from the Halloween event we've just had 4 days prior to this beginning. 2 times candy for catching your Pokemon. Candy bonuses, can't argue with that. Harvest Festival, I kind of understand that, but increased chance to encounter shiny Pumpkaboo. Of course, Pumpkaboo without the costume from Halloween, but still, shiny boosted Pokemon, hopefully that does ring true. And Mossy Lures will attract different Pokemon during the event, such as a Alolan Executor, that is a boosted shiny, Snorlax is a rare shiny, Pumpkaboo, of course, boosted as it said for this event, and Smoliv with a little asterisk. Smoliv is a brand new shiny for this event. I did not see that sort of thing coming. Gen 9 3-stage evolution is coming as a shiny for this event. Really nice. So the wild encounters are going to confirm this. We've got Oddish, Execute, Hoppip, Sunken, Miltank, it's kind of fitting I guess, Zigzagoon, that would be the Gen 3 Hoenn version, Bunnelby, small size, average size and large size Pumpkaboo, and Smoliv there confirmed. If you're lucky, you may find a shiny Smoliv, which is lovely. And some trainers might even encounter the following. This isn't going to be a rare spawn, I'm fairly confident of that, because the amount of XXL Pumpkaboo I've seen this season is astounding. Supersized Pumpkaboo. This may be a comforting thing, it may not be. We'll have to see how common these research tasks actually are. But event-themed research tasks from Pokestops will include Pumpkaboo with a double asterisk on it. So of course, shiny boost on that one, and Smoliv is available in the field research. So it's going to be very interesting to see how common they are going to be. What is a Pokemon Go event without a bit of paid timed research these days? Thankfully, it's only $2 US or the equivalent in your local currency. And for this one, you do get your money's worth with it, thankfully. Again, it's not an obligation to get this thing, but you can gift it to your friends if you fancy it. So for your $2, 2 Mossy Lures, that already kind of equates to the value, I believe. 1 Incense, 1 Lucky Egg, and encounters with Smoliv. So hopefully you get a good couple of encounters with it. Of course, collection challenges, your showcases, and there'll be web store bundles available. So honestly, first event of November is actually looking quite good. There are lots of interesting shiny Pokemon in that one. I haven't seen Miltank featured in a spawn thing for months. There were some people commenting about my Daily Adventure Incense 24-hour challenge. Like, where did you find all the Miltank? They were coming off Daily Incense, so now's your chance to go and get the blue cow. But honestly, as things go, shiny chase for not only boosted Pumpkaboo, but Smoliv, I'm down. And now let's jump into the rest of November, and it's full. Pokemon Go and Niantic may not have done November justice with the featured Pokemon, shall we say, because it's showing Regieleki, Regidrago, and, to be honest, Dynamax Drilbur with a shiny potential. That's sick, I love that. First ground-type proper Dynamax Pokemon. Regieleki and Drago are not going to be shiny again. So let's jump into the max battles, where it very much looks like it's going to be a wrap-up of the whole max out season. So we've got the Gen 1 and Gen 8 starters together in the max battle, so they're going to be spawning kind of everywhere, but no sign of a tier 3, so it looks like it's stage 1 battles all the way. However, a new concept, 6 PM to 7 PM at local time on Max Mondays. I feel like they've taken the tag from X, there's been Max Out Mondays. So on November the 11th, we're going to have Dynamax Charmander featured in this Max Monday session. November the 18th is going to have Drilbur featured, which looks like it's the only time it's going to be featured at all. So November the 18th may be the time to get out there and go hit those max battles. And finally, November the 25th is Dynamax Bulbasaur featured. So How those are going to work, if they're going to be like raid hours, you will only be able to do a certain amount, so probably save your max particles from the previous day, the Sunday, to then go and hit these, and then you can do your Monday max points as well. November's 5-star raid battles are looking pretty stacked, but we start off with a little bit of a, in my view, dead mon. Lugia, but it does have Aeroblast, which is its exclusive move. It's back from November the 4th at 10 AM your local time through to November the 18th at 10 AM your local time, so a good 2 weeks, and it of course can be shiny. However, November the 18th onwards is when we get into the Go Wild section of the month and the season, and it's looking insane. We've got the return of Dialga and Palkia in their origin forms. They will both have a chance to learn their exclusive moves, so Dialga learning Roar of Time, and Palkia learning Spatial Rend. Those 2 moves are insane, and previously you only had a boost from Sinnoh depending on which medal you picked. It looks like it might be an equal chance for all of us this time round. They are going to be in the 5-star raids for what looks like 9 days from November the 18th through to the 27th, so that covers the whole section of time from the Japan event finishing. Of course, both of them can be shiny. I need those hundos. Are you excited to have those back? Let me know, because it's the first time since February we've seen head and tail of them. Then for the end of the month and leading into December, it gets a little bit messy. So we have Zacian and Zamazenta returning on November the 27th and running through until December the 3rd. Coupling in with that is Regieleki and Regidrago. Not quite sure why those are featured, but I know they're Generation 8 legendaries. Why they can't be shiny this time around, I do not know. That's a really good point, because they've been featured in Elite raids last year and regular raids last year. And yes, I have read that correctly. You're going to have 4 legendaries featured in the cycle. We've never really had that. It's always been 3 at most, with the Gen 1 birds and the Gen 2 beasts featured, so having 4 together is going to be a bit of a cluster, you know what. The Mega Raids are choppy and changey as well, because they have a different cycle, so Mega Manetric is available from November the 4th to the 11th. Mega Salamence makes a return from November the 11th through to the 18th. Then it switches over to Mega Beedrill from November the 18th to the 27th, and alongside that you also have Mega Ampharos. So yes, you've got 2 different Megas from the 18th to the 27th. Poison and Electric fits the bill for the Go Wild event. And finally, Mega Altaria is there from November the 27th until December the 3rd. And of course, if raiding wasn't enough, you've got Shadow Suicune on the weekends for the Shadow Tier 5 raids. We've got some interesting events coming up. So we've got a Go Battle weekend that runs November the 2nd and November the 3rd. Okay, so your battles, get them in. There'll be probably 100 battles available. We've talked about the Harvest Festival already, November the 7th to the 12th. November's Community Day, the 10th, is actually featuring Mankey. We know that, and it's from 2 to 5 PM your local time. Good luck with that. We've got a 2-day weekend event, which is November the 15th and the 17th. That, of course, is covering the Japan Go Wild event, so simply groundbreaking. Us as global players, we're not quite sure what we're going to get with that. We'll have to find out at a later time. The events that ran alongside the Go Fest for this year were actually really solid events, featuring Shiny Emolga when we went to Japan, and Madrid with Crabora, etc. They do this quite a lot. We've had it with Sinnoh, the Road to Sinnoh. We've had the Go Fest sort of lead up to the global one, which is great. We've now got November the 18th to the 22nd is Into the Wild. Is very much going to be leading up with multiple raid hours and events and things like that. It's going to be great. Of course, November the 23rd and 24th is the Global Go Wild event. We know a whole lot about that event, including the release of Gigantamax Toxtricity if both forms of Dynamax and regular forms wasn't enough to go for. And finally, from November the 27th to December the 1st, we have the Max Out Finale, which I'm assuming, like most other seasons, is going to be a sort of collective recap of everything that's happened, so we'll have a bit of everything from the last 3 months. This is determining the stream schedule, people, for November. So Spotlight hours, of course, Tuesdays 6 to 7 PM your local time. Surskit featuring double transfer candy. Smoliv is getting a Spotlight hour right at the tail end of the Harvest Festival event, November the 12th, featuring 2x Evolution XP. Strongly suggest everyone chases that one if you haven't had any luck during the Harvest Festival event. And then on November the 19th, we've got 2 Pokemon featured for the Spotlight hour. We've got Teddiursa and Combi, and I'm not really quite sure why. It's interesting, but Double Catch Dust, Combi is a boosted Dust Pokemon, so that's actually really solid in itself. Teddiursa is a lovely shiny, I guess. And finally, Joltik is getting a Spol Hour, including 2x Catch XP on November the 26th. So those, honestly, some really solid Spol Hours there. Raid Hours are looking messy as hell when you look at this picture. So Lugia gets 2 Raid Hours, November the 6th and the 13th. Then we get into the Wild section. Much like the Road to Sinnoh, there's a Raid Hour almost every single day of this event. So Nihilego, being the Poison type, is getting a Raid Hour on November the 19th when that Spol Hour is happening. Tapu Koko, covering the Electric typing, they could have gone Zekrom, that would have been fun, November the 20th. Then there's going to be a Raid Hour for each of the Origin forms. So on the 21st is Origin Dialga. Definitely get out and raid that one. And finally, this will be the Friday before the Go Wild Global event. The 22nd is featuring Origin Palkia. And then to round things off, November the 27th is looking like an absolutely ridiculous day. We've got Zacian, Zamazenta, Regieleki, and Regidrago all featured in one Raid Hour. That's going to be messy, people, so I wouldn't honestly hold too much hope for that one. And that is finally November's content update, which honestly is looking wild. It's actually crazy. So we've got some really good returning Pokemon, some nice dust boosts, some boosted shinies for the beginning of the events. Very stoked for November. It's looking like a really strong finish to the season, minus Lugia. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. What do you think of this new Max Monday thing? Because I quite like it because it's an extra bit of content, but I understand that it's like a yet another 6 PM event that people actually have stuff going on with their lives and they won't be able to get on with it, but hopefully it can be a somewhat passive kind of event. Hopefully it does cover all the max spots for the day. Do hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying the news sections of this channel, and go and check out the rest of the videos from the challenges and the events that we do here. And finally, thank you so much to the Patreon squad, of course, who without we wouldn't be here continuing to bring you live streams, travel content, live event content, crazy shiny hunt bits and pieces, 24-hour challenges, and so much more. So honestly, every single person credited at the end of these videos, thank you so very much for your continued support of this channel. It really is appreciated. I'm going to stick over here as well because you can go and check out one of those videos on the side there if you're enjoying what you're seeing here. So we've got some Halloween action from Tuesday, and I'm hoping to keep shiny hunting for that stuff. And go and check out the 24-hour challenge for the Galarian birds if you haven't done so already, because honestly, the support recently has been solid. Thank you so much, fresh faces, returning faces, and OGs of the channel. But I'll say until the next time, do take care.